Okay, welcome back to the fourth edition of our weekly updates. Today I'm with Ayman
Hey
as
everyone.
as always, and thank you guys because this will be on the replay as well posted. So thanks for coming on the replay if you're watching that. If you're coming live, we have really nice updates regarding the our sort of progress. And once again, we're happy to also hear your questions. If you're just joining now, feel free to post your questions. We'll be able to bring them as well. And few updates that we have today. Again, I think one of them is a really exciting one because this will allow us um, to actually build more updates and make it as a potential. Um, yeah, I don't know how to better describe it, Diamond. It's not like a feature, but it probably will be the whole sort of a new direction that we can take this to.
Yeah, it's a new product, and yeah, it has we have a lot of plans for it, and we're gonna be doing something that we usually don't do, which is gonna share with you kind of the infancy stage of the product. It's still kind of very early stage, but it's still usable, and we can kind of build it together as we kind of hear your feedback.
Yeah, so feel free. Alyosha actually joined as well. Uh, Thanks, Alyosha, for joining. And if you're just joining now, let us know any questions you have, Fiverr, any freelancing, and any question that you might have about the platform as well. If you're coming this to this session, not for the first time, you know that um, we're keeping this a weekly tradition where we are sharing what's new, what's things that we are launching, that we're working on. Some weeks there might be not a lot of things to discuss, but still we want to update you guys because I feel we are definitely definitely building something exciting for all the freelancers and Fiverr sellers. So, few updates that I will start with. Again, today, I would say it's quite big updates, to be honest, especially the one of the last update that I want to share with you. So let me just start sharing my screen, and you guys will be able to see. So the first thing, actually, a very nice update is that we launched an annual plan for Freelance Hustle. So if you were thinking to maybe subscribe for the yearly, kind of a annual plan, because I think it's always you get always a better deal if you do the annual plan, and at the same time, we are planning to make more updates. Like we talked about the order management, we talk about the other things. So Shafi, thank you for joining. We have Timothy, thanks for joining as well. So the annual plan is live right now, and if you're on the monthly plan, you can actually switch to the annual plan. You will have to go into the settings, and you can switch it to the annual plan. So this is something that we excited to announce today. And yeah, so if you are considering subscribing, you actually have an option to do it to pick an annual plan right away, right? Ayman, did we also make that?
Yeah, that's an
That
option. Yep. I mean, users can just start with the annual plan. And this is more than 40% discount, actually, if you do the math. Or they can do the monthly for 39. And if they're
Yeah,
already used, they can switch a little prorate. So,
yeah. So, Shafi, that's a great question. I think actually, I'm really happy that we have this is the community. So we do have a private group on Telegram, and it's very engaging. I mean, I'm actually really like proud myself to have it because there's always some issues, some concerns. Just today, I think there is a lot of people were contributing as well. There were some cases where one of our members had a tough situation with in terms of the handling some order that the client was kind of pushing for refund, and we were assisting what he should do in this case. So it's been great. So I think you have access for sure. You know, you get access to the community. You guys get also access to me. We will probably do more things to the community as well going forward. But for now, it's a great place for any questions, for any issues with the Fiverr freelancing. So it's there. So right now we don't have one-on-one calls. This is more applies to the coaching that we also launched last week. But right now we already got people for September. So I would just suggest to stay updated for the next month to potentially look into that as well. So yeah, general price is 39 per month. We also announced last, I would say 2 weeks ago, right? We had an affiliate program. We dedicated the live to the affiliate program, so you can also become an affiliate, and you don't need to put, to use the platform. You don't need to put a credit card. You can use it for free for 2 weeks, and that's gonna be that. Okay, so great, Ayman. We are every week improving. So annual plan is live. You guys feel free to try it out. You can also switch to annual if you are on the monthly plan as well. The next update we have is the UI improvements. So this is of course not like something big to talk about, but in generally we made an updates to the UI, the portal, so make things a bit more cleaner for you to use the CRM. So this is something that is also been done, and not a major update, but I think it's very important for user usability. And Shafi is going to post the link. You can see the link now here. You guys can go to the freelancehustle.ai and check out the platform. And for the coaching, just feel free to stay updated with the YouTube, and I'll be announcing when we have more things to come. So UI improvements, we as you are the user of the Freelance Hustle, you first of all have a chance to access the live chat, and you can actually, if you need any support, if you need help with anything, you'll be able to use the live chat. So here you can see we have this option where you can be connected to live chat for questions, for things, for support. If something is not working, if you feel any issues, you can just use live chat support. We also have the feature requests, which you can submit your features. We are always looking at them. We're always looking at what we can come up with, what we can implement and do. So this is another great opportunity as well. And you guys can submit any features you have. Last week we announced the demo mode. This is also live for all the users. If you guys want to promote our platform as an affiliate, you can actually do, and you can see with demo mode, you getting everything is blurred out, so you don't see the information about the client and about the things as well. So overall, yes, you'll see the CRM has slight improvements in terms of the UI too. So it just makes things a bit easier for you, cleaner, and in the next days, weeks, we will continue to improve it, and we will continue to add as well more things to the CRM. Okay, so this is the second update, and the third one, which I think we will spend some time now, which I'm very, very excited, is we launched a new sort of, you guys can see it here, a new, I don't know how to say it better, Ayman, a platform or a direction, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a new venture, but yeah, this, even though it's under the umbrella of Freelance Hustle, I mean, it also can be seen as a separate product. So yeah.
Yeah, so if you are currently watching, you actually can access it now. You can see the URL here. It's launch.freelancehustle.ai. This platform is just, it's like Ayman said, it's going to be living under Freelance Hustle. Right now, you guys are the first to explore and to really get a feel of it, because our idea is to really help you launch your gig as soon as possible. That's the first thing. But the second thing is to understand which gigs you should launch, to understand the analytics, to understand the how to create gigs properly. So in the next few weeks, we will be pushing updates regarding helping you actually structure the gig, because what I've seen right now, people want to go on Fiverr or want to open up more gigs, but they have always this sort of a stop where they need to create a title, create description, create, and also analyze the market, because there are a lot of great gigs out there, but it takes a lot of time to look into them. So what we have here, just a few examples from, well, actually, this is the real insights from the categories. And if you click, for example, let's say social media marketing category, you'll see here a little bit about the first page. We have top tags in the first tab. And here you can take a look at actually what are the top 10 tags, right? So you can see what is currently happening in this category, where is the demand. So you can see, for example, Instagram is on the, so we have here, basically we're taking a look at the actual the tags that has been used, and you can see, for example, Instagram tag is on number 2, so it used by a lot of sellers, and that means there are a lot of services that are actually related to Instagram. TikTok is for me actually surprisingly because I didn't expect, but there is a lot of demand. Same goes for Facebook. Content creator, right? This is the service that I offer as well. Reels, for example, you can see Reels are also in that top 10 tags. So with this idea, Ayman, if you want to add something, you can do. I'm just kind of going
Yeah.
around it, but with this idea, we just wanted to you guys to really understand what is happening out there when you are creating your first gig, or maybe one another gig that you want to have.
You know, the thing about the tags is that it seems to me that just by looking at the tags, you will kind of get an idea of what kind of gigs may exist in that subcategory. So it's, of course, also just knowing the top ranking tags will help you come up with your own kind of gig. I mean, you can use them to kind of create the gig. Excuse me. But in addition to that, just looking at the kind of the top 10 tags, you'll be able to kind of get an idea of what kind of gigs you can offer. I mean, that's I think that's good insight.
Yeah, and also at the same time, we can, so for example, we can go back and explore, let's say, book cover design, right? This is also a very popular category. I would say that's the trending category. And you can see here the situation: Kindle cover, 3D mock-up, right? So it's getting popular. Book cover, of course, ebook cover, book cover design, photographic. So it allows you, like paperback as well, it allows you to understand the situation better of what is happening. And with that, so this is the first tag. The second one, which is more exciting, and I want to actually go back to the social media marketing, because if we have people in the social media marketing space, they will also, like to look at this sort of data. But you can see here that the standard gig average is at $157 if we are looking at this type of category. The premium gig, you can see here, 251. You see the as well the median too for the both. So as you know, you can sell it as a package. So you have 3 options: basic, standard, and premium. And you can really understand much better the situation with regards to the packages and what maybe the pricing that you should set for your gigs. So this is something that is also, I think, very interesting, because many times we are not sure how we should price our services. The next thing, we have the skills. Ayman, what do you think about? I think it's crazy how it can be valuable for people to really understand
Hmm.
the market.
Yeah, I think the skills. I mean, to me, looking at the skills will help you determine whether this subcategory is for you, but also it'll help you prepare probably. So if you decide to just get into this subcategory, at least looking at this will help you kind of prepare, and it'll help you come up with a nice description, and even descriptions for the gigs too. So yeah, and it's pretty. I mean, you can tell me what you think about that, Vasily, in terms of social media marketing. But based on what I've seen, it was pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think I really like this, the last column, the tools and software, because this is actually a great direction for people to understand what tools and what softwares that are out there in terms of the usage for the sellers. So, for example, Canva is one of the, that's what we use. Photoshop is there. CapCut. So the CapCut is great for reels, for short form content, vertical content. You can see also Hootsuite Buffer, right? And I think this can be definitely as well improved, because we can also I think, do a lot more than just this. We can do a lot more and a lot better. But you can see, for example, for primary skills, you will be able to understand what is in demand. So you have paid social advertising, you have social SEO, community management is out there. So community management, this can be actually managing. So today I saw some gigs, which actually one of our user, he's offering school community building. So he's actually managing school community. Some other gigs like managing Discord communities, and this is also quite popular and important skill to have. You can see the secondary skills. So, for example, hashtag research. Hashtags were very popular before. I know personally people who were making a lot of money with hashtags. Right now, it's more challenging because of how Instagram is. The hashtags are not as a primary goal to grow, so they are not there. Influencer outreach as well. I would say it's still new to Fiverr. It's not. It doesn't mean that it's not relevant, but it's still new. But these things are. You can see how they are. And also the another, which is very interesting, and I'm sure many of people would love this, right? Because we all like to kind of analyze the revenue, potential revenue. So this is something that for you to also understand what is happening in this sort of category as well. Of course, first of all, we cannot let's say give you so I mean, you can maybe describe the logic behind the building this section there.
Yeah, I mean the logic is maybe a secret sauce, but it's but it's very hard. Of course, it's hard to come up with very accurate numbers, but those estimates um, are based on kind of public data, are based on the 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 prices of the different packages, how different packages are more popular than other packages. So we have kind of a different kind of formula. And one thing to kind of note here that is worth mentioning is that even though we have kind of four blocks of different kind of categories, the range of each block may vary. So if you look at the top performer, if you scroll actually down, you will see that even though the estimate is 1500, the range is between kind of 1K to 2500, and sometimes the range can be much larger. Actually, if you go to maybe Vasily, you can tell us why, if it makes sense for you. But if you go to another, let's change the category to social media. Let's see, social media management. And if you go to the revenue, you will see, and if you look at the range, okay, so the range is actually not that different, but you can see the range here is kind of is skewed to the kind of to the upper limit. So we go from 1.2 to 4K. So yeah, this range can be very large actually. Maybe the logo design is extremely large, but I looked at some of them and one of them was extremely large, the range. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
look at this, for example.
hmm
Yeah.
So that tells you that some people are making kind of a lot of money with that. But yeah, I mean, of
Yeah,
course.
I think the main idea that also we want to give is that we want to for you to understand the potential as well. So the idea here is that of course people look at me, like my Fiverr profile brings anywhere between 30 to $45,000 per month, depending on the month, depending on the services. But like I'm one of those unique cases, right? So we don't want to just you guys don't want to just look at me and think that everyone makes that much amount of money. It's not true. But you can see what are most of the people are ranging. So if you have a gig in the social media marketing category, maybe two of those gigs, actually those two gigs can be providing you 2,000, like anywhere from 1,500 to $3,000, right? So the potential is big. That's why I always say it's very important to have multiple gigs, not just one gig, because with multiple gigs you are actually able to scale more, and this is something that is it has a lot of potential. We got questions here. Actually, fees. Did you normally know anything about Google Business Profile as well? So I think this is great because we suggest you to go ahead and create a profile right now. You can go to the launch.freelancehustle.ai. This is the website that is that the our this direction, the new direction is there, and you will be able to check insights yourself. So you will be actually go there and check. If you don't see the category that you want, I think the best way will be to actually write it to us, and we can potentially implement this into the platform, so you guys will be able to see the category that you are, for example, specialized in. If you're doing like you're mentioning Notion templates, you will be able to check that. So this is just the first version. We wanted to show you what is out there, but if you sign up on the platform, you also essentially you will be notified when we will have more insights and more analytics as well for specific categories. So, but yeah, this has, I think, a lot of potential. So Notion templates, that's something is we can research into it. That's something we can do, and you guys can just spend some time and really, understanding what is happening in your category. And we would love feedback. We want to hear feedback. We want you for you to provide us more ideas, more things that you would like to have. So um, how can I use gig analytics to improve my ranking and visibility? I think the easiest answer is that, first of all, you will be able to understand what is happening out there. So for example, if we take let's say we have the revenue tab, which we were discussing just now, and then you go into the market trends, right? And you can kind of understand what is happening currently. What are, we're giving you this sort of I would say like guiding, right? And you see as a trends, and you will be able to understand better. Maybe you need to change your whole structure. Maybe you need to change the way you offer your services. So this is a really great information on guiding you at the same time. So, and if you have, let's say, any other things or that you feel can be helpful, we can definitely add it as well in the platform. Would it be possible to offer gaming, video editing, and Notion, Airtable, and HubSpot CRM services at the same time? Ivan, you see, we were getting more people are. I feel like they are excited about this. So this is, of course, great. I think you can do it for sure. It's not a problem because your Fiverr profile is it's you, it's your personality, your business, but you can offer multiple things. Maybe you're offering one kind of service, like you're doing video game editing, but then you're doing some other things. So that's totally fine. We have a seller who are offering like 30 gigs, and they he's doing like contracts, social media management, travel tips. So you can honestly offer as many things as you want, and don't be afraid that this can reflect in the algorithm, because every gig has an opportunity to be ranked in the search, and that's how you essentially, people will find you based on the gig. So the same, going back here in the social media marketing category, I think this data is really great, and the trends are also really nice. So we can do a lot more, and this is something that is out there in the version 1. So yeah, as far, you're also thanks for joining. As far, you can check out the platform. Actually, you can see what categories are available out there, but this will allow you to, essentially, we will be adding more categories in the future, and also more information as well. So yeah, Iman, so we should definitely have more categories.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think what Vasily said, reaching out to us and asking for subcategories, that'll be probably the quickest way for us to add them. But eventually, we're going to be adding all of them. So, and that'll happen very quickly. So every day, this list will be updated, and we're going to have at least a few more every single day. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
within maybe a week, we're going to have maybe, maybe half of the existing subcategories.
Yeah, and also we will implement as well a way for you to submit your let's say suggestions, feedback, and it will be very easy for us to implement it. So just make sure you sign up on the launch.freelancehustle.ai, and I would say check it as well on a daily basis, because you'll see more things out there, and yeah, we'll have more exciting things will be happening. um so let me see, we have the question as well: how many good feedback you need to make it to hire 1 point? So I assume you're mentioning about the success score. It all depends, honestly. There is no clear answer for that. It all depends, but one thing that worked, I think, is working well when you have more private feedback, positive feedback. That's where the clients are leaving your private feedback. That's where Fiverr is pushing your the success score higher. So focusing, you cannot really point to the buyer about the private feedback, but this is great if you can have more private feedback. So yeah, this is the updates we have. um, we have Asfar asked us a question as well. Do you want to?
The question is, how did you manage to scrape information on the Fiverr screen and fetch it to the AI? Well, whenever you build a system, you have to play by kind of the restrictions that you have. So, if if for example the scraping is going to be limited, then you have to complement that or augment that with other information. But to answer your question about scraping, then fetching, I mean, we have a pipeline, just like in any system. Kind of, we have a pipeline, and yeah, I mean, we can talk about the technical aspects of it, but for the past few months, the work that we've been doing is, if you want to kind of look it up, it's called kind of serverless. So we tend to do kind of things in isolation. We finish the first task, and then you would feed the output of that task to the second task, and this kind of isolation idea keeps things organized. So you can do kind of, if you need to do some scraping again, you want to, you know, websites don't kind of like you to do a lot of that. So you have to kind of follow, the amount of, you have to kind of follow the rules and play by the restrictions that, that are out
Yeah.
there. But after that, you
Yeah.
can still augment it. You can still add more data from other sources. There's a lot of public data that are useful to make those predictions. So not really, things are not necessarily only from Fiverr. Those subcategories, have data points associated with them that can be augmenting the models. So there is that. But the coordination aspect, Asfar, is can be done easily if you have isolated kind of modular units. Again, that's kind of a technical maybe thing, but it'll
Yeah.
be, I mean, my advice to you is, if you want to build something that has kind of a pipeline, you want to think of each stage as an independent one. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a monolith, like a dinosaur, that's going to be very hard to maintain. And at some point, you're going to ditch the project. There's so many projects that are in the graveyard because of that. I mean, technical projects, because it just gets too hairy.
Yeah. And I will just add as well is that, of course, right now, as you've seen, we don't have a lot of categories, and especially we wanted to. I mean, you'll see the social media marketing, social media management, one of those categories, and a lot of things are like Ayman said. It's also related to the actual industry. Related to, for example, what is out there popular currently, and also some data that is, as I've been on Fiverr for the last 8 years. So there are some data that we have information about, just in generally being on a platform for long enough, understanding the market, talking to the sellers as well as I'm talking as well, because we have on this channel, I'm also posting the interviews. And of course, one of the main questions we always get asked, not by me, but in generally, like, how much Fiverr is bringing you. So by all of this information allows to understand, the projections and the revenue, the market trends, the skills, these types of things. And I think this makes it a very clear for you to really know in which direction you should go when you are thinking about these different categories. So I want to also point that we are not, so this is not like giving you, okay, you need to do this exactly and your success score will be instead of 8, 9. No, this is the suggestions in generally to understand the whole sort of, I would say, direct like idea of what is happening out there. But we cannot promise you that if you, for example, let's say, do this exactly, the success score will be 9, because Fiverr doesn't disclose this information. So there is no one can know about it. But if you look at this and just play around with this platform, I think you will have a great idea of in which direction you can go with the Fiverr journey and explore more opportunities and more potential gigs that you can also open up as well. I would say, especially if you're starting out on Fiverr or you've been quiet on Fiverr for a long time, this will allow you to understand what currently has a demand, what currently is uh, is out there that will be working. So yeah. So yeah, let us know if you guys have questions, some more questions regarding that. But we had Timothy. How can I tell from Fiverr Gig Analytics if my keyword or gig description are actually working, and what should I change if they're not? To be honest, you cannot really know exactly. The only way you can understand is if you will start to search for these keywords. Let's say you can open the incognito window, you can start searching for the keywords, and you will look where your gigs are appearing. If it's appearing at this keyword, if it's not appearing at this keyword. So this is just some of the things that you can do. But I would suggest to try out the platform that we are pushing now, and you will just kind of understand the better idea, because maybe the keywords that you're using are not really used by most, like, let's say, and maybe buyers are not even researching them. So that's very important to understand, and then you can start and checking this more carefully with exactly where your gig is ranked when you type a specific keyword. So again, I think this is just, of course, a first sort of step, and I think you can spend some time here. We don't have all the categories, but you will see some categories, and we'll be adding more. For example, we can go into the AI website and software. This is also great. I think it's more of your domain rather than my domain, but you can.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. Some of it is expected because I've been, in this field for quite some time, but some of it not necessarily. And I think that's really the beauty of doing those kind of statistics and capturing those insights. Yeah, I mean, this I would say not too unexpected, but if we go to another, let's go to other tabs and see maybe. Yeah. I think I did look at, yeah, we can look at skills really. Let's see. Yeah, I mean the nice thing about this is it's also not outdated. I mean, a lot of the times when you go to websites and ask about skills, it'll give you something that's rather outdated. And I mean, in this world of AI and tech domain, you need to always kind of stay, up to date. Otherwise, you're kind of, you'll fall behind. And I'm looking at the list right now, whether it's the primary skills or even the tools. I mean, these are very new tools that were not popular last year. So that's actually really nice. It's nice to see. Um, yeah,
Yeah, you have. I think the tools and software is really great. This, of course, maybe it's expected. Some things normal, but still, it kind of guides you on on you know what you will be probably what you should be searching on YouTube when you get into these categories, and what sort of tools that you'd be searching on YouTube and find those tutorials and and the information. Maybe we could also connect some education kind of aspect into this, and helping you essentially learn more about these specific skills or tools. Or, there's a lot of opportunities. And as far as I've seen, you asked, why don't we call someone using your platform as well on the live stream for the feedback. I think this is what we can, in the future, we can consider as well. And But we are reading all your comments, all your and as for I know, we chatted as well a bit in the past. So always appreciate as well your inputs into that. And yeah, again, Iman, this is really exciting. The number.
yeah. The numbers in this category are good, I think. Um, and I mean, even for a starter, it's not too bad either. So, um, yeah. And as Vasily said, this is for 1 gig, 1 gig per month. So typically you would have multiple gigs. So that's not really what you would get per month uh, with all your gigs. That would be just a single gig in this subcategory.
Yeah. So if you have multiple gigs, yeah, this can be a really interesting. And it's not this is not this should maybe this is surprising to you, but this is not really surprising if you actually go on Fiverr and do a bit of research and look at the sellers, because you see right now sellers who get this $1 million the trophies, and they just have few hundred reviews. Like they don't have like thousands of reviews, because their pricing is they're most likely in this category, in the tech programming tech, and this is just the reality of this category. So yeah, Ayman, do you like the trends?
Yeah, I mean, I think the trends are great. But I do think, I mean, going back to Asfar's question, I do think one thing that can be done would be to provide kind of actionable items. So right now the trends are they give you like a really good overview of the landscape. But for every trend, maybe there would be some action items, some suggestions that you can do to optimize, improve your gig. So, so that is one thing that can be done as far. But I like it. I mean, this is you have to have some time to kind of sit and read that and make sense of it. But I think it's important. I mean, if you want to take this seriously, I'm not gonna be talking about that. That's gonna be Vasily's part. But I suspect that if you want to succeed at doing that, I mean, it'll take time. I mean, you need to kind of read and try to understand the landscape. I mean, I think also one thing that maybe is not very obvious to me, but maybe is obvious to Vasily, is how important uh, picking the right gig is. I mean, when you typically the way we do things in life, I mean, we do the things that we're good at. I mean, you're good at kind of coding, you kind of that's what you do. You're good at marketing, that's what you do. But I think, and Vasily, you can elaborate on that more. I think picking the right gig at the right time, because different gigs have different categories will be hot at different times, is maybe extremely important for you to kind of succeed. And maybe actually, let me ask you a question, Vasily. Now that we're talking about this, kind of something more specific. Um, how do you feel, Vasily, about like someone having to learn something slightly different than their skill set to kind of to make it meaning to succeed kind of on Fiverr? Do you think how do you feel about that? Like people that are sticking to their skill set versus people that are kind of exploring and learning some new skill set because they're more hot, you know,
Yeah.
create gigs based on that.
I think most people think it's too hard, and that's why they don't do it. In my opinion, they feel like, oh, it's not my domain. I should not even bother going in there. But once someone actually starts exploring it, the reality is different. The reality is like, you know, a lot of people will be surprised that it's not actually as difficult as they thought. And this already happened on Fiverr before. We had NFT, for example, NFT designs. Of course, you need to have some kind of basic, like in everything, you need to know like a basic math. You need to know like some basic stuff. But overall, I think it's very possible to learn the new skill. But you have to be, in my opinion, you need to look at this not into this. For example, when you go in this category and you look at the revenue and you're like, okay, I will now offer programming and tech gigs. I think you should be a bit obsessed with actual skills, and you should be like, for example, I started using Lovable not very long time ago, and I got kind of obsessed with it. Like we rebuilt the whole website in Lovable. I spent like a lot of time there, and I got obsessed, and I'm still very obsessed. So I feel like when you can become obsessed with something, you can learn anything. So find something that is really, for example, like let's say if you have a background in design, you were creating designs, you were doing designs. Logo design might not be ideal for you, but if you look at the book cover design, this has a potential. If you look at to Amazon design, right, like Amazon listings, creating designs, that has probably more potential than logo design because it's very much more competitive logo design at the moment. So I would explore this. I mean, I think for you, Ayman, is the same, right? Like you are expert in tech, but you can actually try different platforms, different things. Like you can be probably offering different kind of gigs, but you have this like a basic understanding of like the foundation.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good analogy. I mean, because also when for tech folks, they tend to sometimes stay in the domain that they know, the most of, and I think it helps a lot to kind of explore and try different things. So not just for kind of gigs, but also kind of for learning new things. I mean, we're comfortable sometimes staying where we are. but sometimes it's needed. In tech, it's needed. Otherwise, yeah, you'll lose touch. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Okay, we can take one more question, and also, you guys, we would love for you to start trying the platform out and using it, and just giving us your thoughts about it. But the most important SEO factor, in my opinion, from what I learned, is that just simply putting your face on the gig images, putting creating the video with your face and describing, because on Fiverr, people are going through many gigs, and when you have a video that will that will stop the buyer at your gig, at your service, and then click on it. If you don't have a video, if your image is not like professional, attractive, unfortunately, they're just gonna scroll through. That same happens on social media. So this is something that is very important to always remember. But yeah, for anyone who is just joining now, I suggest to check out this our new direction that we are. It's part of the freelance hustle, but for you guys to explore more the categories, the market of Fiverr, and what is overall the freelancing space as well. What maybe you should be offering on Fiverr, or just in general in your freelancing journey. And of course, we will be adding more. We'll be making more updates. So this is something that I think has so much potential as well. And if you just joined recently, we have an annual plan right now on Freelance Hustle, so you guys can join for the launch platform. You can use it for free right now. Create an account and explore what we have, and it will be awesome to hear your feedback. And of course, earlier as well, I mentioned about the some as well we improvements that we made with the UI, where we just polished a few things. And next week we'll have more updates, and I think it will be good. Again, every we want to keep the tradition on the weekly basis. So sometimes we might not have a lot of things to discuss, but essentially uh, we want to make sure that we are updating you guys with what we are working together on this domain, and also other things as well. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's been great. Yeah, this was a good call, and some really good questions from the audience. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I'm always happy, especially do it with Ayman, because I feel like well, Ayman is also going to be starting a YouTube channel soon. Well, he has a YouTube channel, but he's going to be doing more live builds and things like that. So if you are enjoying as well his, because I feel like he has just so much knowledge that he can share, and things that he's building is just incredible. So he'll be also sharing. Ayman, when is the launch of the YouTube?
well, it's a good question. Well, I think very, very soon, within a week, I'm gonna start kind of posting regularly, actually. And yeah, once we start doing that, we can link it when we have those calls. And if you're interested in tech and AI and developments, I think it would be great. Yeah, it would be great to have you. Uh,
Yeah, Asfar said already, would love to get his YouTube channel URL. Watch it for sure. Can learn a lot from him.
Thank you,
So
Oscar. I appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know you and Vasily chatted before, and yeah, it would be great to connect. And I'm happy to help. People. If they have questions about that. Um, yeah.
yeah. All right. So thanks for everyone to staying, whatever you've been watching this on YouTube, X, or LinkedIn. And see you next week. We will do this again. Same time. We're starting around 11:15 Eastern time, 5:15 p.m. If you're in Europe. So yeah, Ayman, thanks for a great session, and we'll be excited to for next week.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Vasily, and thanks everyone. And looking forward to talking to you next week.
Yeah. Thank you.